Jai Hind, myself Dr. Alok Vardhan. I am currently working as an assistant professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering at Ajay Kumar Garg Engineering College, Ghaziabad. Today, I will discuss one of the complex topic of the subject fundamental of mechanical engineering, and the main topic is IC engine. And in this topic, I will discuss one of the subtopic, the construction and working of 4-stroke and 2-stroke SI versus CI engines. So what is, first of all, I will discuss the construction and working of 4-stroke SI means petrol engine. So basically, a 4-stroke petrol engine completes one power cycle in 4-stroke of the piston or 2 revolution of the crankshaft. It operates on the Otto cycle and uses a spark plug for the ignition of the air fuel mixture. So basically, 4-stroke SI engine works on the cycle of Otto cycle. It consists of 4 processes: isentropic, in other words, we can say that the 4 processes are suction, compression, expansion and exhaust. And in this cycle, in this engine, one power cycle is achieved in 4-stroke of the piston or 2 revolution of the crankshaft. What are the main components of this 4-stroke SI engine? The first one is cylinder, then piston, then crankshaft, then connecting rod, then inlet valve. This one is inlet valve, inlet manifold, exhaust valve, exhaust manifold, spark plug and carburetor, and camshaft and timing mechanism and flywheel. So these are the main components of in any 4-stroke SI engine. Now I will discuss the working of 4-stroke SI engine. Basically, in 4-stroke SI engine, there are 4 processes. First one is suction, then compression, then expansion and exhaust. In further slide, I will discuss in detail what is suction, what is compression, what is expansion and what is exhaust. So basically, the first process is suction in torque stroke. So basically, in this stroke, the piston moves from downward, yani from top to bottom dead center, due to which the inlet valve opens. Initially, it opens and a mixture of air and fuel is drawn in the cylinder. The mixture of air and fuel is drawn into the cylinder. Then the exhaust valve remains closed during this suction in torque stroke. So basically, in this process, the piston moves from top to bottom dead center. The inlet valve is open, exhaust valve is closed, and air plus fuel mixture comes in the cylinder from outside. Okay. Then the next process, compression stroke. In this, the inlet valve closed, exhaust valve closed, and both valves are closed. Then piston moves upward from bottom to top and compressing the air fuel mixture at constant volume. Then at the end of this stroke, the spark plug ignites the compressed mixture and combustion takes place. This is the second stroke. This is called compression stroke. Then third one is expansion or power stroke. So in this stroke, due to ignition, the mixture explodes, generating high pressure. This forces the piston downwards, यानी कि from bottom to top, producing the power stroke, and in this stroke both valves remain closed during this stroke. So this is the third stroke, a third process, expansion or power stroke. Then last one is exhaust stroke. The exhaust valve opens in this stroke, the exhaust valve opens and the piston moves upward, pushing the burnt gases out of the cylinder. The inlet valve remains closed. So this is the complete construction and working of 4-stroke petrol engine. Now I will discuss the construction and working of 4-stroke CI or diesel engine. So basically, a 4-stroke diesel engine completes one working cycle in 4 stroke of the piston. Yeah, in other words, we can say that 2 revolution of the crankshaft. Unlike petrol engines, it uses compression ignitions, meaning air is compressed to a high pressure and temperature, and then fuel is injected, causing spontaneous ignition. So here ignition, combustion of air take place due to high pressure and temperature of compressed air. Then what are the main components of this diesel or CI engine? Then first one is cylinder. This is cylinder, then piston, then cylinder block, crank, crankshaft, crank pin, connecting rod, gudgeon pin, inlet manifold, inlet valve, exhaust manifold and fuel injector. Also there is a crankshaft and flywheel. So if we see the main components of SI and CI engine, the only difference is in SI engine there is a spark plug and carburetor, whereas in this CI engine there is a fuel injector and fuel injection pump. These are two main difference between them. Here in suction stroke, air alone comes in the cylinder, whereas in SI engine air plus fuel mixture comes during suction stroke. These are main difference between SI and 4-stroke SI and CI. Then this is the schematic representation of working of 4-stroke CI or diesel engine. Here there are 4 stroke and 4 processes. The first is suction, intake, then compression, expansion and exhaust. IV means inlet valve, FI means fuel injector and EV means exhaust valve. In further slide, I will explain in detail the working of 4-stroke CI engine. So basically the first stroke is suction or intake stroke. In this stroke, inlet valve opens and the piston moves from downward, यानी कि from top dead center to bottom dead center. In this stroke, only air is drawn into the cylinder from atmosphere and the exhaust valve remains closed during this suction or intake stroke. Then next stroke is compression stroke. Here both valves are closed, the piston moves upward from bottom to top, compressing the air to a high pressure and temperature. Near top dead center, the fuel injector sprays diesel fuel into the hot compressed air, and due to this the fuel ignites the spontaneously and combustion take place. So this is the second stroke, यानी कि compression stroke. Then third one is expansion stroke या power stroke. In this stroke, due to combustion, gases expanded and pushes the piston downward. This is the working stroke where power is produced. In this stroke, both valves remain closed during this stroke. The expansion stroke is also known as power stroke. Then last one is exhaust stroke. In this, the exhaust valve opens and the piston moves from upward, यानी कि from bottom dead center to top dead center, expelling burnt gases from the cylinder, and the inlet valve remains closed. So this is the complete construction and working of 4-stroke diesel. Now I will discuss the construction and working of 2-stroke SI engine. Basically, a 2-stroke SI means petrol engine completes a full power cycle. Full power cycle means it consists of intake, compression, power and exhaust in 2 piston stroke or 1 revolution of the crankshaft. Unlike a 4-stroke engine which required 4 stroke to complete these processes, but in 2-stroke it requires only 2 stroke or 1 revolution of the crankshaft. It is commonly used in lightweight vehicles like scooters, motorcycles and lawnmowers. Then what are the main components? The main components of 2-stroke SI engine is cylinder. This one is called cylinder. This one is cylinder. Then piston, then connecting rod, spark plug, inlet and intake port, exhaust port, transfer port, crankcase and crankshaft. In 4-stroke SI SCI engine, there is a valve, inlet valve and exhaust valve, but in 2-stroke diesel या petrol engine, in place of valve, there is a port, 3 ports, inlet port, exhaust port and transfer. These are major difference. Then now I will discuss the working of 2-stroke SI petrol engine. So this is a schematic representation of 2-stroke SI engine. This is upward stroke and this is downward stroke. So in upward stroke, there are 2 processes, compression and suction. So here the piston moves upward, the inlet valve is opened, allowing the fuel air mixture to enter the crankcase. At the same time, the previous charge in the cylinder is compressed. Near the top dead center, the spark plug ignites the compressed charge and combustion takes. In 2-stroke engine, in upward stroke there is 2 process, compression plus suction, whereas in downward stroke there is 2 process, power and exhaust. In downward stroke, the ignited fuel air mixture explodes, pushing the piston downward, and this is the power stroke. As the piston moves down, the exhaust port opens and burnt gases escape. The transfer port opens and the fresh charge from the crankcase enters the cylinder, pushing out the remaining exhaust gases. A process is called scavenging. The scavenging achieved only in 2-stroke engines. The cycle repeats and the piston starts moving upward again. So this is the construction and working of 2-stroke petrol engines. Lastly, I will discuss the construction and working of 2-stroke CI diesel engine. So in 2-stroke diesel engine completes a full power cycle, intake, compression, power and exhaust in 2 piston stroke या 1 revolution of the crankshaft. Unlike petrol engines, diesel engines use compression, ignition meaning the air is compressed first and fuel is injected later. Okay. Then what are the main components of two-stroke diesel engine? So the main components are cylinder, piston, connecting rod, fuel injector, inlet या intake port, exhaust port, transfer port, crankcase and crankshaft. So these are the main components of two-stroke diesel. Then what are the working? This is a schematic representation of two-stroke CI engine. So here there are two-stroke, upward stroke and this is downward stroke. In upward stroke, there are two processes, compression plus suction. The piston moves upward, compressing only air in the cylinder. Then the inlet and exhaust port remains closed. Near the top dead center, diesel fuel is injected into the hot compressed air and high temperature causes spontaneous ignition of the fuel and combustion takes place. Then in downward stroke, there is power and exhaust. The combustion of fuel pushes the piston downward, generating power. Near the bottom dead center, the exhaust port opens and burnt gases escape. The air inlet port opens and fresh air enters the cylinder from a crankcase or supercharger, pushing out the exhaust gases. This is called scavenging. The cycle repeats as the piston starts moving upward again. So this is the complete construction and working of two-stroke diesel engine. So in last, I will discuss what is scavenging. So basically, scavenging achieved in two-stroke engines only. So scavenging is the process of removing exhaust gases from the cylinder of an internal combustion engine after the power stroke and replacing them with a fresh charge of air in diesel engine or air fuel mixture in the case of petrol engines for the next cycle. More common in two-stroke engine where intake and exhaust happens almost simultaneously. Then what are the purpose of scavenging? Basically to complete expel burnt gases, to fill the cylinder with fresh charge for efficient combustion, to cool the combustion chamber, reducing knocking and improving efficiency. So these are the purpose of scavenging. So this is all about for this lecture.